Hi, welcome back. I'm excited to do another video. My aunt and I went to Spain to do a Camino Pilgrimage. And we did the shortest one that you can do, the Ingles Way. And I just got back last night, and I thought it would be fun to do a video and unpack my backpack and just kind of show you everything that I brought. I know before I left for my trip, I watched quite a few of these videos that other people had made, and it was extremely helpful for me. So I thought it would be fun if I did the same thing. So we'll do that. Again, we did walk the Ingles Way, which is the shortest Camino that you can do. And we didn't even start in Ferrol. We started in La Corona, which is even shorter. So we did not go for our full 100 kilometers and get the certificate in Compostela at the end. Neither of us had ever been to Spain. Neither of us had never gone backpacking or anything like this. So we just wanted to dip our toe in the water to see how it goes. So we started in La Corona. We only had a short period as well because we both have families and can't be away for very long. So we had a day of travel there, 5 days walking. We wanted to have a day to spend in Santiago and then a day of traveling back. So we had 8 days total, 5 days for walking. So we started in La Corona to make it a shorter time, and then we could also take our time and also enjoy every town that we entered and stayed at. So keep that in mind as I go through what I packed, that we had a very short trip. And so things, you may need additional items or not. We stayed in hostels, but we did book private rooms. So we always had bedding. So keep that in mind as well. If you stay in hostels or albergues where you're in the common rooms, they don't always have blankets, so you may need to pack like a liner or some kind of sleeping bag as well, but I luckily did not have to pack that. I also always had towels at the places that we stayed at, so I did not have to pack a towel. But if you are going to stay in common rooms, you're absolutely going to need those two items that I do not have. So let me go ahead and unpack, since I need to unpack anyways, and show you what I brought for the 8-day trip that we did, 5 days walking. You always wear an outfit, so sports bra, and I always brought like the long line bras in case I wanted to use it as a shirt as well. I will say, I should tell you that we left May 12th. So May 12th is when we went, and as you know, that time in Spain, or maybe you don't know, the weather is very, it can be all over the place. So I think there was a lot of rain right before we got there, and I was nervous, and so you have to keep that in mind as you pack as well. It could be cold, it could be hot, it could be rainy, it could be dry. So I brought long line sports bras so that if it ended up getting hot, I could also wear this as a shirt too. And then this is the one expensive item that I got. It is the merino wool, and quick drying, temperature regulating. I wore this a ton. I wore this on my travel day. I wore it the next day. I could wear it 2 days in a row without it getting stinky, so that was kind of nice. But you do need to do laundry as you go there. You can't bring as much. So this was a huge thing that I wore. I wore this to the airport as well, and also multiple times on my trip. It is also merino wool. It's merino tech. It's a little bit cheaper. You can get it off of Amazon, but it was very quick drying. So both of these items, when I hand washed them and hung dry them, they were dry by morning every time. Also quick drying pants, leggings, black leggings is what I brought, and then socks. I got Darn Tough socks with extra like cushioning on them, as well as these, that is the brand, and they're like toe socks. So many people spoke about bringing Vaseline and that they like put Vaseline all over their feet. And that just kind of grossed me out. So I tried searching other solutions. And a lot of people raved about these toe socks, and they're liners. So you wear these and you wear your regular socks over top of them. And that is what I did every single day of my Camino walk. And I never got a single blister, no red spot, absolutely nothing. So I highly recommend, and when I do the Camino again or go on another long hike, I will always wear these sock liners, which are great. And then I think one of the most important things that you have to have is a good backpack. I'm a very small human, 100 pounds, and I'm 5'2", so very small frame. This backpack, Osprey, it's the Tempest 33, worked amazing. My pack was 13 pounds. So this is 13 pounds. They say you're supposed to do 10% your body weight, or around 10% your body weight. So this is a little bit more, but because it's such a good pack, it could be a little over, and it felt great the whole time. I had no issues carrying this with me, miles and miles and miles. So I highly recommend it. I did bring these extra, I forget what they're called, but you know what this is. I brought extra of these thinking I might need it, but I didn't. But I guess good to have, right? And let's see what else we have in here. Okay, so flip-flops, absolute must. Wore them every single day when I got to our destination. And also if you stay in the group hostels, you'll probably use it for the showers as well. But even if you stay in private rooms, flip-flops, it was just so nice to get your shoes and socks off after your walk and air out your feet. And these are Archie's. If you like flip-flops, some people don't like the toe thong, but I love it. Archie's has amazing arch support. They're the best flip-flops I've ever found. Amazing. And I also have these shoe insoles because these are the ones that I bought extra in my shoes, and they sucked. Let me go over here. These are the shoes that I bought. Ultras, amazing. The toe room in them was incredible. So they were amazing, but the insoles in them, not much support. That's why I bought extra insoles. I did not have time to really break the insoles in that I bought. And they didn't work for me. Luckily, my aunt had extra insoles. Hers worked better for me, so I finished the Camino in her insoles and all was well. But good shoes, good pack, good shoes, two most important things, I think. Yes. Okay. So then I got these compression packs, super cheap on Amazon, where you can put a lot of stuff in it and then you zip it to make it like compress down. It was also more organized in my pack, and I love to be organized. So I really was glad that I brought these, even though it is added weight. They are still super lightweight in themselves, but every little thing you want to try not to add into your pack because you are going to be taking it everywhere with you. So I brought another pair of quick dry leggings. Sometimes I will say, if you hand washed, some of my stuff was not dry by morning. Depending on where you're staying, like one room that we stayed in, we shared a bathroom and living space, but had our own private room, sleeping area, and the airflow wasn't very good. So sometimes my stuff wasn't dry by morning. Most of the time it was. All the merino wool items, like my shirts, were dry, and my socks, the Darn Tough and those Ninja liners, were always dry by morning. So the quick dry is maybe a little more expensive, but totally worth it, especially if you're gonna do a much longer Camino. I highly suggest quick dry because you're gonna need it. So I brought the leggings I was wearing. I brought this pair of leggings, and I brought another pair of leggings. So I brought 3 leggings total, yes, for just a short Camino. And then I also brought 3 pairs of the sock liners, 3 pairs of darn tough socks. Here is another merino wool shirt. This one is Merino Protect. It's another brand you can get off of Amazon, fairly cost effective, and a little bit thicker than the other one. So I brought 2 merino t-shirts, 3 leggings, 3 pairs of underwear that you don't need to see, and then 3 pairs of socks, liners and other socks. I also did bring like a skirt. This is from Old Navy. I thought maybe I'd want to wear it in the evening, and I did get to wear it one time in the evening when it was warm enough. Otherwise, the rest of our trip, it being middle of May, it was a little too chilly for me anyways, for a skirt. And I also brought shorts because I thought maybe I'd want to hike in shorts if it got hot. I never hiked in the shorts. It never got hot enough in the middle of May. So keep that in mind. Again, if you're hiking in June, this is probably all you bring. Maybe you don't even bring leggings. I don't know. But I did not wear my shorts. I did wear my skirt once. Yes. And then pajamas. So these were like my sleeping shorts. I almost did not bring pajamas. I thought I'll just wear the shirt that I'm gonna hike in the next day, and maybe I'll wear my hiking shorts. However, I'm really glad that I brought a separate pair of clothes specifically to sleep in, because you can sleep, you know, and this was the shirt, just a standard shirt that I brought to sleep in. You can sleep in something multiple nights in a row and it be just fine, and you don't have to wash it. So I was really thankful that I did bring a separate pair of pajamas. This is a poncho. Luckily, and I also brought a raincoat. So I brought a poncho, which could go over me and my backpack. A lot of people said if you just bring a raincoat, then the straps of your backpack will get super wet. So I went ahead and brought both, and knowing I was going middle of May, I thought I might need it. And I looked at the weather the week prior, tons of rain every single day. So I did bring both. Luckily, we lucked out. It rained one time for a span of like 20 minutes, and that's it. So I only put on my raincoat, and it's super lightweight, and that was it. I never had to bust out my poncho. But again, it all depends on the weather and what you get, and you most likely are going to need this. Yeah, so I just bought a cheap poncho off of Amazon. Clearly, I like Amazon. And then I have another, so this is another compression pack that also I kept my clothes in it, which just has what I already spoke about. I did bring another t-shirt. So I had 3 t-shirts with me, and 2 long sleeve shirts. So the one long sleeve shirt I already showed you, and this is also a merino wool, like Protect, long sleeve shirt. I wore them both every day. Every day I wore this or the other one, and I swapped them back and forth, and would wash the one at night when we got to our destination. I did bring a regular bra that I wore for travel, another sports bra. So I brought 2 long line sports bra and a regular bra. And then here's my 3rd pair of quick dry leggings. So I only brought leggings. I brought 3 pairs of leggings. I love yoga pants. Who doesn't? They're so soft and comfy. I did bring an extra pair of like toe socks, thinking I might wear them in the evening with my flip-flops, but I never needed to. It was always kind of, my feet were warm enough to be without socks. I brought a golf ball to massage my feet, and I am so thankful I brought this. I used it every single night without fail, and it felt so good. And my aunt also brought a bigger size ball, and she used that like on her hips and stuff. She used it every single night without fail. We had a little massage session every night, and it felt amazing. I was very thankful I brought this. When I do a second Camino, I will absolutely bring this again. I also was very lucky to have been on my period when we went. So when we left, I was on the 2nd day of my period. I used tampons. And so I also brought, this is so funny, but I brought like, doggy bags. I was like, what if I have to change my tampon in the middle of the woods and, you know, I don't want to leave it there. So I brought a few doggy bags in case. I never needed them because the day that we started walking, I'm on the 3rd day of my period. And so I decided to bring like a period disc. Guys, girls, not guys, girls. If you've never heard of or used a menstrual disc, they're freaking amazing. Highly recommended. I've done a product review video on this thing if you want to know more, but this saved my life on the Camino. I mean, didn't save my life, but it was a lifesaver. I wore this the 3rd, 4th, and 5th day of walking, and I could wear it all day long. So our first day of walking was 13 miles, and we didn't stop once the entire time because we couldn't find a place to stop. So we didn't even stop to pee for 13 miles. And I had this in, and this never overfilled. It was perfect. And it's not uncomfortable. It's the best thing. When you do have to change it, you need to be in a bathroom, a private bathroom. So as long as you could wait till you get to your final destination. Actually, most bathrooms where we were single stall bathrooms. So you shut the door and it's just you in there. Then you're fine to change this. But game changer. This is the Flex disc. Highly recommend these things, and it worked well. They're great for when you're having to work out. I also brought electrolytes. Very thankful I brought these. Yes, it's super heavy, but well worth it. Drank electrolytes the entire time. I don't know if they sell them in the stores there. I didn't look for them, but it was just nice to have. I also brought tissues. I brought these wipes, which I never used. I even forgot I had it in here. They're like body wipes for cleaning yourself. I don't know. I thought I may even use it maybe for using the bathroom or something, but I never had to use the bathroom rogue. Like even drinking coffee, I had coffee every morning, which the coffee in Spain is amazing. I never had to pee while walking. I don't know why. I think once I got moving and you have the pack on and everything, it's just, you don't have to pee. That was me anyways, I guess. Tampons. But I did bring some of these protein bars. I didn't know if I would get hungry along the way and not be able to find something to eat. I didn't eat a single one of these. I think I brought 5 or 6 of them in there. I mean, that's a lot of weight on the pack, but you know, you don't want to get hangry. So I thought better safe than sorry. So I have, you know, a bunch of these in here that I'm not going to eat. Also more wipes that I did not need to bring. But it doesn't hurt, I suppose. But I didn't need it. I think last but not least, yep. All right, now we got oh wait, this pocket. Aha. I brought a hat and a neck gaiter. Just because doing research, I saw tons of people wearing hats and wearing neck gaiters. Even though I don't wear these things in my everyday life, I still bought it and brought it, and I never wore them. Never wore them. I did bring a fanny pack, which was huge. I don't think I could do the Camino without the fanny pack. It was nice to have my essentials just right here. I wore it across shoulder strap that way so that I could hook my backpack across here. But having this to be able to quickly grab my phone, to quickly grab money or whatever, this was really nice. It's small, lightweight, and then to have that going into town after you drop your backpack off at the hostel is really nice to have. The only thing I kept in here, I wore a Garmin watch. I had earbuds, which are in my ears right now. I did bring lipstick and chapstick. That's what I kept. I always kept that in my fanny pack, as well as gum. Sunglasses. So I never wore the hat. I assume that's why people wear the hat. But a good pair of sunglasses that stay on your head well. That's what I brought. And also toothpicks, because I hate when stuff is stuck in my teeth. And I used it. I was really glad I had it. And I also brought a nail file, which I never ended up needing. Oh, I did once. I did chip a nail, but my aunt also needed it as well. Like if your toenail, like when you're walking so many miles multiple days in a row, your toes, you might find that one of your nails is going into your other toe, and so you need to file that sucker off. So that came in handy. I'm glad I had it. Toiletry bag. So I think this is the last thing. I think I've already showed you everything else. Oh yeah, also in my pack, obviously, very important things. Earbuds, corded earbuds, chargers. You obviously want phone charger. I had a charger for my watch, a charger for my cordless earbuds, and also you're really gonna need this. I also got this on Amazon, but a charger for Europe. That's quite important. But still bring your regular charger because you may need that at the airport. So I brought both of those. Okay. I think this thing is now officially empty. Toiletries, I mean, you're probably gonna make fun of me a little bit because I did bring some makeup. The basics, right? Eyelash curler. I love my eyelashes when they're curled, so, you know, and stuff for the eyebrows, eyeliner, blush. So yes, I did bring makeup. Do you need it? Of course not. But you know, sunscreen, a BB tinted sunscreen. Yeah, and then obviously you're gonna need a hairbrush and sunscreen. Like, you need sunscreen, and especially me. I live in Minnesota, haven't gotten much sun recently, and then going straight to Spain and being out in the sun all day. Yeah, needed it. I would have burnt otherwise. Bronzer. Yep. Face lotion. Deodorant, obviously. Body lotion. This is like face oil. I put castor oil on my face, and so that's what this is. Toothpaste and a lightweight travel toothbrush. This, I never needed it. Compeed for toes or blisters. I brought it just in case. My aunt needed these, so I was very thankful that I brought them. They were very helpful for her. I brought like bar soap and conditioner. Very useful, even though we stayed in a lot of private rooms. One time we had to share a bathroom, but most of the time we had our own private bathroom. No places have conditioner. Almost no places have conditioner. They'll have shampoo, maybe. They usually will have body wash if you have a private bathroom, but they will not have hair conditioner, guaranteed. Girly products, panty liners for when I was on my period, more tampons, extra hair ties I did not need. I did bring a razor. I also brought shaving cream, which I left there. It was just like a little shaving cream thing. I know you don't need a razor. I know you don't need shaving cream. I hate going even just one day without shaving my armpits. It feels gross. I don't know. So I brought it, and I was glad I did because it felt good to have clean shaved armpits every day. Vitamins I brought, and also Advil, just in case I needed it. But I brought all my vitamins. I didn't want to stop taking those. Bigger Compeed, and I also brought Aquaphor in case it was needed, but I didn't need it. And that is it. Some more like, you know, medicines in case I needed it, like Benadryl or stuff for sinuses. Never needed it. Yeah. That's it, folks. That's everything I brought. It was the trip of a lifetime. I had never been to Europe before, so it was incredible. Communication was a bit difficult, I will say that. I don't know Spanish. and a lot of people do not know English. But we managed, and it was fun. It really showed me how much I rely on words to connect with people. So that was difficult, but all in all, it was like the best trip of my life. And I look forward to one day going back and maybe having 10 days and do the full 100 kilometers to get the Compostela at the end, right, and do the passport and get all the stamps. We did not do that this go round, but it was a trip of a lifetime. If you're thinking about doing it, do it. And like everyone says, if you forget something, you can always kind of find it. My aunt and I ran into sisters, twins, who they didn't get their luggage. Their luggage didn't come. So they started walking the Camino without any luggage. They had to buy new shoes because they were wearing their sandals, I think, at the airport. So they had to buy shoes, buy hat, buy clothes. They had to buy everything. And they were already like 3 days into their Camino and killing it, doing great, surviving, thriving. So you can find anything that you think you're missing. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I hope if you do a Camino, you will enjoy every minute of it. I do have to say, me and my aunt did get matching tattoos of the shell. We went to Transno tattoo. It was very close to the cathedral in Santiago, maybe a 10-minute walk from the cathedral. They were amazing. Absolutely loved them. We just walked right in, and they took us in, helped us decide like the perfect little shell. We just wanted something tiny, and they treated us like we were getting a huge tattoo. Like, they were so kind, so nice. They also spoke some English, which is always helpful. So Transno's tattoo. Yeah, it was great. The whole experience was amazing. All right, thank you for listening. I hope this helped you even just a little bit. Have a fabulous Camino. Buen Camino. Mwah!